The 3 lies you've been told about alcohol.
Now,
there's probably about
3,
20.
isn't there, though?
Yeah, there's probably about 20. But I would say these are the main 3. So we're going to dive straight in. It helps me sleep.
Bollocks. I think this comes from like the whole, I'm going to have a nightcap. I'm trying to think back when I used to drink and I don't know, at a wedding or something. I actually used to say those words. I'm just going to have a little nightcap, just a little, like, you know, yeah, it was like at a wedding, 2 a.m. in the morning, and all of a sudden the brandy and the whiskey comes out. Like, what the fuck? You just had a cigar. Like, whenever point do you do that? Oh, yeah, let's have a cigar. And then, yeah, let's have this whiskey. You're already steaming at this point, but, you know, just as a little nightcap, let's get the brandy and the whiskey out. And it does not help you sleep. It knocks you out. That's what it does. Yes, it's a sedative. It sedates you, and that's not sleep. So, you know, as you know, I'm sure you know this as well. But as the whole sleep stages, it'll help you drift off to sleep, but you don't get that deep restorative sleep. So it's sedation. It sedates you. So you literally, you may be in bed for 8 hours, but you actually got 2 with no deep sleep, which is why you're fucked.
Yeah, that's why you feel absolutely horrendous when you wake up the next day. The thing is, this doesn't just pertain to 6 to 8 beers. This is off 1 beer. 1 beer destroys your sleep. And the thing is, sleep is the most important pillar of health by a mile. If you think about it, you could go a day without water, you probably have a bit of a headache, and you feel a little bit off it, probably a bit tired. You go a day without food, and you'll be hungry. Again, perhaps a bit irritable, low on energy. You go a day without exercise, but how do you feel after a day of no sleep? Or bad night's sleep? Horrific. There's a reason why it's used as an interrogation tactic to do sleep deprivation. So, and if you do have kids and they're up throughout the night anyway, chucking everything else into the mix, it's just a cocktail for disaster. Now,
Agreed.
the second one, it makes me more confident. I can tell you, after a 14-year career in hospitality, this is not the case. It makes you louder. It makes you more obnoxious. I don't think those 2 behaviors are associated to confidence. When I think of someone confident, I actually think of the opposite. I think of someone that's got their shit together. I think that they are measured. I think that they can be in a room of people or with their friends and just be at peace with who they are. They don't need to show off or be validated by strangers, or they don't need to do something ridiculous to be accepted by their inner circle. They're just happy in their own skin. And the thing is, confidence comes from evidence. So if you aren't overly confident at having a conversation with someone when you're sober and you've got evidence to back that up, it's only going to reinforce the belief that you have about yourself. But you learn every skill that you have when you were sober. So the confidence that you're alluding to, I used to say this, it makes me more confident when I talk to women. No, it doesn't. It might free up a few inhibitions, but when you get there, you're going to be a stumbling mess. You find motor skills go to shit. You start, you know, pecking, you know, you're like leaning in to talk to women like that, like a fucking idiot. So
pecking,
yeah, that's what it's known as. Like, you know, you're leaning in all the time. Confident men stand back and wait for people to come to them, not the other way around. Like a desperate teenager. Doesn't work. So yeah, that's a huge myth and a huge lie that it makes you more confident. And you go, oh, but that isn't the case, because when I arrive, I'm really nervous. And then I have a drink and all of a sudden I can talk to people. Well, number one, do you actually really want to rely on a drug to have a personality?
Yeah, I see that as a weakness.
Yeah, and number 2, if I showed a video of yourself to you the day after, you'd probably cringe. So it's just not correct. I'm not just some coach do-gooder that's gone alcohol free. I was exposed to the effects of alcohol at close quarters in very nice establishments, by the way, for a very long time. So I've got a bit of a different view of this to a lot of people.
I call it fake confidence. It's the drug doing it. And like you said, if you need that to help you in the bar or a situation, I personally see that as a weakness. It doesn't make you more confident. Yes, it lowers your inhibitions. It can be referred to as a social lubricant, but the problem with it is that you don't build those social skills. And as you said, every other skill that you've learned, you did it sober. So I remember when I went alcohol free, that this is one of the number one fears of going alcohol free is how are you going to talk to people? How are you going to stand there in the bar with confidence and hold a conversation and dance sober? How are you going to do it all? Those are all the thoughts that went through my head. But that's a good thing, especially if you've been using the alcohol, because that's where the growth comes in. Put yourself in those positions and start to learn the skills, and the confidence will come through. It's natural, it's authentic, and it's not the drug helping you. So it's win-win.
Yeah. And the last one, which I would say, having coached hundreds of people in the last 5 years, 85 to 90% of them have come to us to help remove alcohol from their lives or take a break. I would say that this is the most common one. But Adam, it helps me unwind. It helps me zone out, tune out, de-stress, that kind of vernacular. I'm telling you right now, number one, it does not do that. Number two, it makes the next day 10 times worse. The reason why, or one of the main reasons why you're probably stressed, is because of the alcohol. It's not curing anything, is it?
No. So straight away when you're talking there, my brain goes to what's actually happening in the body, without getting too geeky here. But yes, every time you drink alcohol, obviously it's creating a bit of a concoction of disaster in your mind, especially around the neurotransmitters. So it sends dopamine up. Yes, you can feel a sense of relaxing and helping you unwind when the alcohol takes effect, because it's interacting with GABA and glutamate. It drops those, but it sends your dopamine up, so you're feeling quite good. But it's the days that follow. You start the day off with higher cortisol, so because every time you drink alcohol, it sends your cortisol up as well. So now you've started the next day, or the days that follow after booze, with an imbalance of neurotransmitters in your head. Dopamine has to come back down again. Glutamate and GABA has to rebalance. So that comes down, and guess what it's doing? It's using up loads of energy, and then your cortisol spiked as well. So that's got to come back down again. So it doesn't help you unwind. It actually makes your stress and anxiety worse than what you're actually going through. And like you said, if you're not stressed, you don't drink because you're stressed. You're stressed because you're drinking. Now, of course, when you remove alcohol, we're not saying that you're gonna, all my stress and anxiety goes. No. You'll come up with better response strategies to that stress and that anxiety, instead of relying on the booze, which is actually making it worse.
Yeah, it doesn't remove stress. It means navigating it a lot easier.
Different way. Yeah.
That's essentially it. So there are many more, but I would say out of all of the lies that we have been told, those are the main three. When you think about advertising and marketing, you look at these old school videos promoting American beers. I remember there's like a Bud Light advert, and there's aeroplanes going over, and there's loads of hot women with these really butch guys around a swimming pool. Inexplicably, it doesn't show Dave sat drinking his 8th pint of Carlin in his pants at home, or it doesn't show people really struggling with addiction. It shows you the sexy narrative that this is what alcohol does, this is what alcohol represents. It's absolute bollocks. It's complete nonsense. So if we've helped debunk some of this stuff today, then happy days. Job done as far as I'm concerned.
Absolutely.
So let us know your thoughts on this subject in the comments. We'd love to hear them and come back to them. But for now, we'll see you next time.
See you next time.